Wow, Déborah Rosenkranz, thank you for being here. Deborah's a German star, a vocalist, and a wonderful presence, and you have an inspiring story of faith, love, and hope. And would you just welcome with me Déborah Rosenkranz?
Hi,
so glad to have you here. So, you're a big deal everywhere, but you're particularly a big deal in Germany, and it's such an honor to have you here, especially for our German audience. Our German director, Frank, is here.
Yes.
Frank, would you raise your hand? Welcome. And we had our international group last week. But I just want people to know a little bit about your story because I think it adds a lot of power to what you're singing. First, you've been singing like most of your life, haven't you?
That's true. Yeah, I started when I was 9 years old. All of my family is musical, and we used to sing everywhere, in churches, in prisons, wherever we got invited. We always wanted to share a message of hope.
It's awesome. So you grew up in a Christian family, and for you, singing was like a ministry then.
It was, totally, and I always loved it. But then something happened in my life that changed everything, and I think that gave power to the whole message today. But at first, it was a super hard time. I got sick from eating disorders just because of one sentence that was spoken over my life. Because I grew up in an amazing family. I felt safe and loved. But I was in love with that guy, and you know, when you're 13, 14.
Well, tell me the story. What happened? So there's a guy you were in love with, and...
Yeah, I was playing handball professionally, and one day he was watching us. And so I tried to do my best, but afterwards he came up to me and he spoke to me for the first time, so I was super nervous. And he said, "Deborah, you're such an amazing handball player. I just wonder how you're able to run being this fat."
Wow.
And these words have changed my life forever.
Yeah, what happened?
That was the moment I realized your parents love you, they're your parents, but all the others see you as the big girl, the ugly girl. You're not worth anything, and you need to lose weight in order to be loved. So I tried to do exactly that. I lost over 60 pounds in the shortest amount of time, and I couldn't walk anymore. I lost my hair, didn't have my period anymore, which was hard because I always wanted a family, and a doctor told me it won't work anymore. And one night when I was at my lowest, I felt that I was gonna die. And the doctor had told me it would happen in the next weeks. I went to a concert and my parents didn't want me to go. So I tried to sneak by their sleeping room at 2 in the night when I got home. And then I heard my mom cry in the middle of the night. And I went closer to the door to hear what was going on. And she said, "We can already get a coffin for our daughter because our daughter's gonna die anyways." But that's when my dad responded in a very loud and strong voice. I'll never forget that. He said, "No, we have to pray for our daughter. Our daughter is gonna live." And then they started praying, and I've heard many prayers in my life, but it was a prayer coming out of hope and hopelessness. Faith in that big, mighty God we always talk about, but doubts at the same time. It was the most honest thing that showed me there is hope for me. There is a Savior, and I just need to open up the door and get that help. And that's what I did, and I opened the door, half dead, really. And I said, "Mommy, Daddy, I need your prayers. I need Jesus back in my life. I want to get healed." And that's the night that changed my life. It was the turning point. Today, I'm totally healed. I can have as many children as I want.
Oh, great. Wow, it's such an inspiring story. And of course, that's what the song you just sang. I mean, you wrote that one thing, one prayer, right?
One prayer, yeah, that's my whole story in one song. And this is the song I'm using now wherever I go, in schools or in churches.
And that's right, you have a ministry now to girls and women who struggle with this, and you tell your story, and you're able to sympathize with what they're going through and encourage them, and I think that's just so awesome.
Exactly.
What do you say to there's so many people who are watching all over the world, what do you say to them? And maybe you could say something to our Swiss, German, and Austrian viewers in German, I don't know.
I won't try in Swiss, that would be funny. That accent, I could do it though. You want me to talk in German?
Sure, yeah,
Okay.
maybe say it to the camera right there.
Hey, liebe Freunde aus Deutschland und aus Europa, ich will euch einfach sagen, ihr seid unendlich geliebt, ihr seid so wertvoll in Gottes Augen und sucht bei ihm die Antwort auf eure Fragen und er wird euch zeigen, dass es nur einen von euch gibt und dass ihr wertvoll seid.
That's great. My German is really good, and I understood everything you just said. But maybe you could just translate it for our audience.
He does speak German, I found out. Now, I just want to tell you, you are so loved, loved beyond measure. And sometimes this is just a line, a phrase, but it is the whole truth. And if you're looking for answers in your life, go to a Savior, go on your knees, and pray that one prayer that will change your life.
Déborah Rosenkranz, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much. Thank you.